fifth dimension. Aquarius I am. We in the Aquarius age for the next 2,000 years, you dig?
Swing low, time to move on. Light years in time, ahead of our time.
I want to free your mind by helping you understand the zodiac signs. That's right, you're live with Aquaman in the zodiac zone where the cosmos is your home. I'm your very own Anpu The Urban Guru coming through on the mothership. So let's open up your cosmic memory bank and swing down to earth where the shit stain. Hey, peace. Welcome to Hip Hop Astrology TV, man. I'm your host, Anpu The Urban Guru, like I just said in a funky intro, man. I hope y'all can see the star in my funky shades, man. But real talk, man, I want to say thank you to everyone that support us, that rock with us, man. That's on, that subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, hey, subscribe to the channel, share with a friend, because this information is absolutely the most important information that's out here. All right. Before we get started though, man, let me get into some announcements. We got a lot of stuff going on. They say that the devil is the empty space on your calendar. That's what they say, man. All right. And so July the 23rd, programming your inner space, the key to self-realization. The Prime Minister, my brother, Minister Jew, is up. And he's going to get into this science, man, on how to program your inner space. What we talking about? We're talking about your brain, man. We're talking about decisions. We're talking about you being consciously aware of the function of your brain, of creating an internal reality, which in return is going to create the external reality, okay? So mark your calendars. This is a Sunday at 12 noon on the 23rd. In fact, I'm going to give you a freebie, all right? We got a freebie, marking calendars 10 days prior, the 13th, okay? A Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to give you a free insight, free webinar, insight into this particular webinar on why you should be here, all right? This is how you will get access to that. You will go to theimaginationguru.com and you will simply drop off your email. That's all you gotta do. Drop your email off. All right. And when you do that, bam, we got you. And on that day, on the 13th, what you're going to see is we're going to email you the conference number and the link. And the only thing you got to do is just click on it, man. Call in the number. You'll be right there live with us at this particular webinar. Again, the free webinar is going to be on the 13th, giving you an introduction of why you should be here. Do not miss it. Absolutely free. All right. I'm telling you, don't miss it. Drop your email off right now at The Imagination Guru if you're not on our mass email list. All right. Next up is, man, I can't wait for this one. The Pocono Retreat, man. Woohoo. 3 days, 3 nights in the beautiful Poconos. I got you. This is a fall equinox retreat. If you don't know what the equinox is, man, where you been? The equinox, it only happens twice a year. Okay, this is a day of balance. This is even days and even nights, hence the term equinox, okay? So you want to be in cosmic groove, man. Listen, get to Philly on Friday, September 22nd. I got you. I'm going to take care of your transportation up to the Poconos, 2 vans. One leaving in the early afternoon, another one leaving in later in the afternoon. We're gonna get up to the Poconos. If you're an entrepreneur, man, we got some talking to do. I love entrepreneurism. Listen, we're gonna talk about success. We're gonna talk about your game plan. We're gonna talk about your mission here on Earth. We're gonna talk about how to get it done. All right. So get there. That's gonna be Friday. We're gonna check in Saturday. Oh, let me back up. I got 2 houses, a male house for the brothers and a house for the sisters. All right. Saturday, we're gonna wake up in the morning. We're going to go on a waterfall meditation. Meditation is good for the soul, man. Good for the brain, which imprints the soul. Hello. All right. So listen, waterfall water is great. You're supposed to wash up every day. You're clean, right? It's a cleanser, the baptism, the whole 9. You know the power of water, the intelligence of water. Waterfall meditation, man. It's going to be dope. We're going to get back Saturday. Saturday, we in the evening, we're gonna have a cook-off, a battle between the sexes, a little something, 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 little taste test, whatnot. Saturday night, we're gonna also have some great conversation with the priesthood, myself, my brother. Any questions that you may have, we just gonna kick it on some particular, some good subject matters and whatnot. Also going to have some additional technology that's going to be available for those of you that's inside of, you know, auras and chakras and the energy field around your body, the energy field inside of you. Got some technology that'll give you some reports. So Saturday is going to be a great additional service day. I got powerful healers, 3 beautiful women that's coming up. That's going to be providing the service. One's going to be dealing with Reiki and aromatherapy, so you can have a private session. The other 2 will be dealing with facials and massage therapy on a private session. Because on Sunday, I got something built in for you. On Sunday, you will get a complimentary facial done, and you will also get a complimentary foot scrub done, or you can swap the foot scrub out for chair massage. Okay, that's built in. That's already taken care of. Sunday is an all-white day party. Early afternoon, I'm talking champagne and orange juice, mimosas. I'm talking fruit. I'm talking a beautiful brunch. I'm talking about relaxation. I'm talking about taking care of you from head to head to toe. All right, I want to love you from head to toe. That's what we want to do. All right, because on Monday when we check out, man, listen, you're going back into the world rejuvenated, man. You're going to have clarity. You're going to have focus. You're going to be feeling good. All right, so you got to understand something. Around this time, the equinox time, this is the time that wasn't too far from Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, the Islamic New Year, and things of that nature. This is around equinox time, man. So listen, this is a very important time for you to get into balance, because you're going into a new season. You're about to start going into, quote unquote, the dark season for those of you who live north of the celestial equator. Okay, so you're going to start to, you know, you're going to start to experience more darkness. Very important for you to be in balance. Get there to the Pocono Mountain Retreat, man. I can't tell you, it's going to be off the chain. But here's the catch. You can only get to it by being a member. How can you become a member? Simple. MyAstrologyCoach.com. Click on memberships. One of the most inexpensive and best things to be a part of is helping people pay their bills. Okay? Helping people pay their bills. In fact, I'm going to show you a testimonial about this great program right now. Be right back.
Peace, this is Shantae. I want to say how much I love 2L Love Fund. I've gotten my bills paid many times. I've helped other people get their bills paid. I love it. It always comes at the right time, and I would tell anybody and everybody to at least try it, because it works.
Okay. So you saw the beautiful, happy Shantae give you a testimonial about the 2L Love Fund. Listen, you can become a member. You can help someone pay their bills. You can get your bills paid as well. And hey, this is how you would be able to get to the Pocono Mountain Retreat if you're not in one of our memberships. All right. So mark your calendars for August the 20th. I'm up on a webinar. Nobody want to talk about this, man, but I got to talk about the elephant in the room. All right. I have to talk about kitty karma, removing negative energy before it starts. Very important to understand this. Very important to understand this. The first 10 people who sign up, guess what? I'm going to give you a free reading on the spot in the webinar. Why? Because I want to educate. I'm going to educate the audience, you that's there. You're going to learn how to do this for yourself, okay? I promise you that. You're going to learn how to identify negative energy, and most importantly, the steps to start to take to curtail negative energy. Very important. All right. So I'll show you how to get this webinar free, though. I got a special for you. Listen, you want to get the solar and lunar eclipse reading. Get that. Okay. Because eclipses mark very dark times. The ancients always revered to these as bad omens. And I'm going to show you why today inside of Venus Williams, because that's the conversation today. Venus Williams and her accident. And inside of her accident, a man lost his life. That's the eclipse. I'm going to show you that. All right. So listen, man, I want you to do the homework and go to the Breakfast Club interview with Irv Gotti. And in that interview, he talks about how at a party, his wife had a psychic astrologer friend there. And she actually mentioned, you know, she read Irv and say, okay, well, this eclipse is right here and this hit that, and you're about to go through a spiral. And then the next month he went through a spiral. Okay. Real story. I swear to you, he says it. This is what I'm talking about today. I'm doing this special. All right. You want to jump on this special before August 1st. So you got all of July. If you get this before August the 1st, I'll put you in the webinar for free where you're going to learn. Okay. But I'm going to give you a private consult to help you. But you must take advantage of this before August the 1st. All right. Very important. I'm going to show you what Irv Gotti said happened in his life. You know what I mean? With the eclipse transformation. And then I'm about to show you, I'm going to validate that by showing you Venus Williams' experience that she just had. All right. So let's get into it, man. First, let me shout out JP Morgan, man. What's my time? Let me shout out JP Morgan, who says, listen, millionaires don't use astrology. Billionaires do. Okay. That's what he said. Millionaires don't use astrology. Billionaires do. Wow. That's dope. Like, that means that this is $1 trillion science, man, which I know about keeping it trill. All right. Because this empowers billionaires. Listen, what I'm going to show you today is priceless. You can't put monetary value on human life. Okay. So it's really priceless. But my point is, if billionaires use this science, it's time to step your A game up. Billionaires Boys Club. Shout out to Pharrell. All right. So let's get into it, man. June 17th, 1980. All right, is the birthday of Venus Williams. First of all, let's deal with Venus. Her name is Venus. For Christ's sakes, Venus. We should be thinking about the cosmos, man, when we see Venus. You should be thinking about these stars in my funky shades, man. Like, this is what you got to be thinking about. Like, this is God's way of showing you that this is a cosmic consciousness. And I know you scientists can't stand the term God because you're retarded. But if you want to deal with consciousness, or you want to call them another term that they use is quantum, is what they do. We can get into that thing too, because that's all you're looking for is the God particle. Okay, this infinite intelligence that exists. All right, we got you. So Venus Williams is born June 17th, 1980. Facts. The sun, when she was born, appears right at the foot of the Gemini constellation. If you were to ask Venus, what's your zodiac sign? Venus is going to say, hey, I'm a Gemini. Why is she saying that? Because the sun appears in front of the Gemini constellation when she was born. Anytime anybody says, this is my zodiac sign, what they're really saying is the sun appears in front of this sign when I was born. Everybody is a cosmic gangbanger and don't even know it. All right. So the sun appears above Orion when she was born, right above the club that's in his hand with this constellation. Let's call this fact number 1, ladies and gentlemen. This is fact number 1. Okay, this is an astronomical fact. Okay, this is the sun's position when she was born. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Now, the green smiley face is the position of the sun when she was born. We just saw that. Pay attention to the left. The left is the planet Mars. Mars is, on June 9th, is right here in Gemini, in the same region of space where the sun was when she was born at the time of the accident. This is astronomical fact number 2, that Mars is in the exact same region of space where the sun was when she was born. Facts. If you see the sun to the right, it's because it's June 8th. And a couple more days on the 17th, on her birthday, this is when the sun is going to be where the smiley face is at, okay? Because this just happened, like 8 days before her birthday, all right? So we're in her birthday zone, but now Mars is here. Astronomical fact number 2, the planet Mars is in the same region of space where the sun was when Venus was born. Facts, okay? So let's move on to the next one. Let's look at energy of Mars. Mars has an energy that says accidents, along with a lot of other stuff, but it says accidents. Facts. I'm not making this up. It says that. Accidents. So when the planet of accidents gets in the same region of space of the sun, which is the sign that you represent and say who you are, you have an accident? You think that's a coincidence? See, I can just stop right there, because I already knew what it was going to be. I'll be right back after the break.
Are you plagued by trauma, abandonment, or abuse? The Imagination Guru has helped thousands just like you Overcome emotional memories that prevent you from happiness and success using the power of your mind. Overcome your trauma, overcome your abandonment, overcome your abuse by first making the decision right now to call the Imagination Guru at 1-877-345-3797 and live the life you deserve.
All right. So you saw the planet Mars, the planet of accidents, in the same region of space, okay? So now let's call that fact number 3, okay? The planet of accidents is right there, and she had an accident. This is a fact, man. I don't know what astronomers be talking about. They bugging. They retarded. They're retarded, man. Don't pay astronomers no mind when they talk about astrology. They have absolutely no clue what the hell they talking about. All right, because they don't study it to even know. So how can they even speak on it? All right. So let's move on to the next slide. Now I'm gonna show you the birth chart. This is my science because I can't show you in the sky. It wouldn't make sense in the sky because you can't see the opposition in the sky. So you can see it in the birth chart. In the birth chart, we just take the whole cosmos. Remember, you're moving in a circle around the sun. So your whole existence is a circle, man. So I know at the time of the accident, at the base of the arrow is the planet Saturn. Saturn is at 24 degrees Gemini when Venus, at the time of Venus accident. Facts. And I know, I'm sorry, it's at 24 degrees Sagittarius when at the time of the accident. I know that Venus is a 26 degree Gemini at the top of the arrow because in a few more days, it's going to be Cancer season. Okay, so she's a late Gemini. Okay. So Saturn being in opposition means a conflict. This is a conflict, okay? Conflict, all right? Guaranteed conflict, all right? Because two things are opposing one another. Imagine Venus leaving the Gemini constellation and traveling straight across, Saturn leaving Sagittarius and traveling straight across. Bam, they're crashing to each other. So opposition usually signifies a conflict. And this is interesting because I got a sidebar here. This is Sagittarius and Gemini. You're seeing this play out right now between Kanye West, Gemini, and Jay-Z, Sagittarius. That's the next show, okay? You see it playing out right now, all right? I'm going to show you this, all right? So anyway, let's look at the planet's energy, the energy of Saturn. Two things, old age, one. The second thing, losses, okay? Losses, okay? So since the planet Saturn is in opposition and opposition represents a conflict, then there's an old man, old age, and he lost his life, death. Okay. So when the planets of accidents got in the same region of space, bam, she has an accident. Upon further investigation, we look, she's also in opposition to the planet that represents old age and losses. An old man loses his life. Okay. So that's like what, fact number 5, I believe. Fact number 4, we can say Saturn's in that position. Fact number 5 is, listen, this is what the energy represents, and it played out and mirrored it perfectly, man. All right. So let's move into what I would call, I guess, fact 6, right? Listen, man, let's look at the moon when Venus was born. The moon is right here at Regulus at the pole of Leo. This is a fact. I'm not making this up, man. This is a fact. You see her birthday, June 17th, 1980. This is the position of the moon. This is why it's important to know this. Because, see, if I say, hey, Venus, you want an eclipse reading? The eclipse is going to be in Leo. And she's going, I'm not a Leo. I'm a Gemini. I ain't got nothing to do with me. Oh, to the contrary, my friend. Yes, it does. Because you have a planet in this region. And let me tell you, there are at least 4 zones that you need to pay attention to in this science. Okay? So, the moon is right at the foot of the lion's paw. Fact. It's an astronomical fact. Okay. Let's move on to, I believe it's what, fact number 7 now. On the 21st of August, a month from now, where the big eclipse is going to take place, where is it taking place at, ladies and gentlemen? It is taking place at the exact same spot that Venus Williams had the moon when she was born. It's fact number 7. Okay. Wow. Think it's a coincidence? Yes, because in mathematics, when two things coincide, there means the lines are running on top of each other. Like the eclipse, that's a coincidence. It coincides. The moon is going to block out the light of the sun for a few. Okay? And if we really look at that and pay attention to what that signifies, the moon is feminine, Venus. The sun is masculine, the male, eclipsing off. What happened? A male lost his life. The cars hit each other, bam, clipped each other. Boom. Hello. See, this is why that astrologer told Irv Gotti, because he obviously has something in the zones. Venus, I just showed you, has something in the zone. Okay? These are astronomical facts that I'm showing you. A reoccurrence of planetary alignments in the exact same region of space produces or signifies a certain phenomenon. It mirrors a phenomenon. I don't necessarily want to say produce. It mirrors a phenomenon that's taking place within you. Okay? So let's look at some more facts. I'm losing count of the facts here. This is the chart. So at the top of the chart, that's the moon. We know it was in Leo when she was born. Let's look at the bottom of the chart, please, at the stem of the arrow. It says solar eclipse. Yes, this is the solar eclipse before Venus was born. It's very important to pay attention to the eclipses before you were born and the first ones after you were born. So the most immediate one before you were born and the most immediate one after you were born, because you're sandwiched in between both of these eclipses. Very powerful to understand. Very powerful to understand. Ladies and gentlemen, where is the eclipse at? The eclipse before she was born was at 26 degrees Aquarius. Aquarius is opposite Leo. Conflict. Okay? Bam. So that eclipse is opposite her moon. One. And then the eclipse before she was born is actually opposite where the eclipse is going to take place, which just so happens to be where the moon was at when she was born. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called a metonic cycle. Google it. It happens every 19 years. Venus just turned 37. So 19 and 19 is what? 38, right? So listen, she just turned 37. And that's on average. It takes place on 19-year intervals. Okay. The moon cycles also have 18.7 years or 18.6 years cycles. All right. So if you round up, that's 19. So 18 and 18 gives you 36. Okay. How old is Venus Williams, man? She just turned 37 when she was 36 when this happened. What's my point? My point is you can clearly see it's a solar eclipse cycle that she's on. You feel me? All right. You have to know these things, man. You have to know these things. So to my sister Venus Williams, keep your head up, sis. I heard some good news today that they actually went back and found that Venus was not at fault here. That's very, very, very good. Here's the key, ladies and gentlemen, because no one would want to raise their hand and say, I want to be in an accident today that I don't understand, take somebody's life, and I'll understand later. That's a horrible thing, right? How can you change that? I'll tell you how to change it. If you can understand the future time, shout out to Future, you got to understand that these people who we call stars, you got to really understand this shit, man. The people who we call stars of Hollywood, the stars period, right? And then it baffles me because then they get stars on the ground, but nobody's talking to fucking star science, but that's my job. Okay. So anyway, if you can understand the future, which is a potential reality that exists, you can make an observation of that future, and then you can change that. And again, we do it all the time when we say, today at 3 o'clock, I got to do X, Y, Z, and you go do it. And then you may say, you know what? I'm going to reschedule and you do something else. You feel me? It's the same thing. If I can tell you that within this particular pocket, there's going to be negative energy there, this is where you need to beef up security. This is where you need to be careful when you're traveling. This is when you want to minimize and you kind of want to do X, Y, Z versus doing boom, boom, boom. Or you can simply say within this pocket of time, I'm going to interject certain things and do certain things. You start to change that potential reality. I'll give you some terms in quantum physics. It's called wave function collapse. Okay. The wave function collapse is when they understand that thoughts are nothing more than waves. Potential reality. Okay. It's just a potential. The electron is invisible. It's never been physically observed, but something, you know, something's there, it's invisible. But the moment that you look and think that it's right here, it can materialize, basically. So we're basically talking about when thoughts become things. Study the double slit experiment. When thoughts become things, invisible particles start to behave different when you start to stare at them. This is why, you know, it's called the observer effect. That's another term, the observer effect. This is why you don't like nobody looking at you. Like, damn, what you looking at, nigga? You staring at me, right? This explains it, because the eye has energy. Hence, in some cultures, they wear medallions that have the evil eye. They to you know, the eye of Fatima, the eye of Horus, the eye to rebuke your hating ass looks. You feel me? All right. So the eye is very important, what you visualize and what you look at. So you can change that potential reality by simply making an observation at the correct time and space. All right. How do you do it? 2 ways. 1, get your butt over to theimaginationguru.com. Click on the membership tab. Remember, I said this is how you get to the Poconos. We got memberships. All right. Go over here to The Imagination Guru, because over here we're talking about you taking control of your brain. That's command center, the decisions that you make, the power that you have. Okay, that's where it's at. That's the juice. All right. And then also myastrologycoach.com. If you just say, hey, I just want to read and I don't want to, you know, whatever works best for you, come over to myastrologycoach.com, click on the consultation tab. You'll see it. It's a membership tab as well that's there. All right. And again, see, this is why you want to get, I can't keep stressing this, get this solar eclipse special, because I'm going to give you the webinar for free. Bare minimum, ladies and gentlemen, bare minimum. Okay. Get this book right here called the Self-Activation Workbook. Get it. It's no reason why you shouldn't have it. This book was purposely put together to show you how to read your own chart and how to start breaking down your own energies. However, it's not giving you the timing that takes, because I don't know when you're going to look into the future or go back into the past. All right. But to get started, right here. All right. And then you can also go to iTunes, all digital outlets, type in The Zodiac Made Easy by the Inner Peace Lighthouse, man. Zodiac Made Easy on iTunes. And then also Planets in Harmony is also on iTunes and digital media. All right. So with that, man, get at me. Peace.
Prophecy is what we all have to go by now.